Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the Solnechaya Village Russian real estate development project. My name is Frank Panico.
I'm Jeremy Luskin.
I'm Nika Blanchett.
I'm Michelle Kisselman.
I'm Caitlin Johnson.
And I'm just going to begin with a brief project overview. So the project is strategically located in the northeastern administrative district of Moscow. There's several benefits of this location. One, it's located one of the major traffic arteries in all of Moscow, Prospect Mira, which connects the entire city. As well as there's two huge business centers within walking distance. The Huiying Park International Chinese Business Center and the All-Russian Exhibition Center are within walking distance, making it, to our target market, which is business elite, a very good very good location. So as a multi-function complex, it offers apartments, shopping, sports facility, including full gym and a full gym and a spa, and additionally a regional shopping mall. There's also parking that will facilitate the entire complex, and that's about it for the product information.
Okay, so there were a few reasons that we thought the economic environment was pretty favorable for our project. And it's currently the 8th largest economy in the world, and its GDP is growing. Disposable income is one of the major reasons. The growth in disposable income is one of the major reasons it's an attractive market. A lot of the consumers have a lot of money that they didn't have before, and they're looking for new ways to spend it. So this has come from wage growth and a decrease in unemployment. So the political state right now, it's being led by both President Medvedev and the Premier Putin. And there is a lot of corruption volatility, but it's kind of growing out of that stage, and there are a lot of attempts to increase business legitimacy to make it a more stable market for investors. The cultural aspects that make it a favorable environment for our project would be the high power distance. They like to show that their power and their status, which makes them very demonstrative of their social status. They like nice things. If they have money, they like to spend it on nice things. So our target to the elite class, the business class, is going to be very favorable. They're going to really like this complex, the high-end markets and the restaurants that are there. They're really going to want to show their status by being a part of this complex. Also, with their growing disposable incomes, they're trying to increase their interest in recreation to kind of go along with their higher social status. If they're involved in bigger things, it kind of looks better for them. There's also a decrease in household size, which is leading them to move to urban environments like the city in Moscow because of higher divorce rates and later marriages, which is leading to less children in the household. So everyone's kind of looking for like trendy, smaller households in urban areas. The high uncertainty avoidance kind of comes from the lack of faith in the government, which is going to be a major part of our advertising campaign that we'll talk about later, which is going to be like instilling trust in our company and who we are and in our facility, which is going to attract a lot of our customers.
So competitive analysis. So as the market recovers, there's increased demand for suppliers and developers. Over the past year, property prices in Moscow rose 7%. What we're going to do is try to take advantage of this, attract new consumers and into the business class real estate market. Okay, so some of the projects right now that are currently in direct competition with Solnechaya Village is the Federation Tower, Capital City, Legenda, Fusion Park, and Red October project. These are all residential projects. They're not all in the same area, which is the Northeast Administrative District. The office projects include Natango Island, Techno Park, and K2 Business Park. There's really increased demand for office space, but what makes ours unique is they have standalone structures, but we are building ours in a multifunctional complex, which really gives us a competitive advantage. There's the retail market is really saturated, but this is for shopping centers and large commercial areas. What we're going to provide is quality retail stores. Okay, so what this shows is that of the total, there's only 9 in the B plus business class segment. There's only 9 complexes currently there, and many of them are not located in the Northeast Administrative District, which is where we're planning to build Solnichnaya Village. Okay, some of the leading developers are Sistema House and Tetco and AFI Development. These are some developers that have many projects going on all around Moscow, and so they're mainly our competition. Okay, so for SWAT, some of our strengths will be a multifunctional complex, which will offer unmatched features that some of these other developments won't have. We're a domestic firm, so we have local knowledge about the customers. We're planning on doing a licensing agreement with Trump and Ovechkin. Opportunities, the upward mobility of the business class, middle class will create a large demand for these luxury apartments. And Russia's affluent culture, they really seek to get, like through their social status, they use what they have, like luxury goods and whatever, to increase the social status. Weaknesses, there's this huge, large entry costs, and we're forced to introduce a wide range of products all at once, which is a large risk. And right now, the current president is working on structuring business laws, so those could hinder our project, no matter what laws are instilled. And then the average size of the house has been decreasing because of cultural changes, and people are delayed getting married, so the average size of the family is decreasing.
Okay, in order to establish our potential target market, we looked at the problem, which is lack of quality housing in Russia, and the responses, which vary based on socioeconomic grouping. Lower to middle income people tend to renovate their existing housing, which is mostly outside the city in flats, while middle upper income populations more and more prefer to go into the cities for new luxurious housing accommodations. We've segmented in 3 different kind of variables. Region, we'll only target Moscow and the immediately surrounding areas, as we don't believe that it would be pertinent to look at other cities for people to uproot their lives and come to Moscow to live in our building. Demographics, income and age. As I mentioned before, and as has been mentioned throughout the project, middle to high income consumers are more beneficial for this project, as it's a business class housing, and it's going to take a lot of money to be there. We're looking for up and coming professionals, and then we delve into age. Our target market is 30 to 45 years old. This is because before 30, these are people that recently graduated from the university and don't have the resources or the wherewithal to require this kind of quality housing. After 45 are people that are kind of holdovers from communist Russia, who may lack the education or training to get the jobs required to get the appropriate income. In terms of worldview, we will specifically target cosmopolitans who tend to be more accessible, wealthy, and place a higher importance on the self-image of being sophisticated and modern. Cosmopolitans are by definition urbanites and will refrain from purchasing discounted housing in the outlying areas. Another group that's very pertinent to us is the management employees of nearby Guamin Business Center, which provides us a market of 10,000 up-and-coming, mostly professionals, who will be in the income range and will find it to be convenient to live in our project. Market entry. As has been mentioned before, we are really a Russian company that's entering the Russian market. It's our first project, but nonetheless, we have comfortability with the market, with the consumers, local knowledge. There's no language barrier. We understand the customs. So it makes sense for us to enter into a greenfield entry because we really don't require the assistance of a Russian company to help us with the transition. We already kind of understand the market. We're in an industry, real estate, that does not encourage consolidation. We wouldn't benefit from a brand name in Moscow that would help us further our cause. And finally, furthermore, we have limited capital for acquisitions. We're a first-time developer. We don't have too many backers, and these acquisitions wouldn't help us as much because there's really limited synergies to be created through them.
Okay, so I'm going to briefly discuss the branding strategy. So as has been discussed throughout the presentation, Russian consumers have a large affinity to luxury foreign brands. For example, Louis Vuitton is one of the fastest growing brands in Moscow right now. So as part of our strategy, we tried to figure out what would be, the epitome of a luxury real estate brand, a foreign luxury real estate brand that people could identify with. We came up with the Trump network, the Trump brand. So as part of our strategy, our branding strategy, we would pursue a licensing agreement with the Trump Real Estate Group to use their name. Typical licensing fees are about 10 to 15% of profits, which within our cost structure is very doable. Further, we plan to brand our sports facilities using some well-known sports figures, namely Alex Ovechkin, who is a huge celebrity in Russia, known for playing here in Washington, D.C. So those are some things we're going to leverage in our branding strategy.
Okay, so as for pricing, the average business class housing is around $5,800 per square foot, and elite housing is from 10 to 14. So we're trying to stay somewhere in between there, with initial of 60.